Hello, all sentient beings, and welcome to the Transmissions Podcast, where we talk all Hasbro, Takara, and third party Transformers! This week, we talk all about the new Transformers Haslab campaign, Victory Saber. We also have a new reveal from Mastermind Creations, and of course, more leaks. Today is Wednesday, September 1st, 2021, and this is episode 449 of Transmissions.
Welcome to Transmissions, the podcast that needs a The Basics episode from Chris McFeely on Transformers Victory. I'm your host, Charles, a.k.a. Big C, and I'm joined by the excellent Transmissions team. Jeremy, a.k.a. Yakko.
Hey, how's it going?
And Daryl, the Cybertronian Beast.
Hey, how's it going? Everyone else, let's talk Transformers.
You have your own tagline, Daryl. You don't need to take Jeremy's.
As soon as I said it, I realized I stepped all over his line, and I was like, "Ah, shit."
That's it. I quit.
Every line needs to be mine. So I can say something else. You want me to say something else?
No, Daryl. We're just going on. We're going to keep going with the show.
Let's just talk Transformers.
Yeah, let's do that.
Fuck you, Jeremy. Let's talk Transformers.
You want to start the show, Daryl? You can tell everyone about the Donatreons.
Hey, we got Donatreons, and they gave us money. This is your job.
All right, sit back down, Daryl. Sit down,
I'm
no
good at this.
This is why Charles isn't allowed to take vacations anymore.
As always, we start off the show by thanking our Donatreons, those lovely people who give us money on Patreon and PayPal. Thank you all so much for continuing to support the show. We really appreciate it. And you guys, just help keep us going. You help keep the lights on. Let us pay our hosting fees so we can keep making this podcast and making it free for everyone. So we really appreciate it. And a special shout out goes out to Will, who has increased his Patreon pledge. So thank you, Will, for stepping up a little bit to really, I guess you still like us. So you're willing to give us more money now. So that's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. And he also sent in a voicemail for alt mode. So we'll actually hear if he does like us or not.
Crossing my fingers. All right, so stay tuned for that. But this is the toy show, so you got to wait a couple days for alt mode. So sorry, Will. We'll get to your voicemail. Don't worry. We got it, and we will play it and react to it as we do. Of course, this week was a new Empire of Rust episode, so that should already be in your podcast feed. If you are subscribed to the main Transmissions feed. If not, just go to transmissionspodcast.com/rust, and that's where you can find all the episodes of Empire of Rust. This week was Empire of Rust episode 57, Encyclopedia Cybertronica. This is the wrap-up episode of Season 1. So we had the big Season 1 finale in episode 56, and now this is kind of the coda. All the loose ends are tied up a little bit. The team leveled up, so they all went up to level 6, and they also had a kind of a little bit of a change in the rules that Mike has designed for the game. So things have shifted a little bit. Their characters have been upgraded. So you can hear all the details of that. And then we end with the final little bit of story for closing the book on their fight against Cybertron First, the terrorist group that was trying to take over Cybertron. So that is the end of Season 1, and then episode 58 kicks off Season 2 of Empire of Rust, and that will be in another 2 weeks, so stay tuned for that. And now, since we are at, this show's going up on September 1st, but we're recording it at the end of August, and so we are doing the Toy Hacks drawing for August of 2021. So one of our lucky listeners is going to get a $10 gift code from Toy Hacks, and they can spend that on anything they would like to get some labels for their toys. We did get one email entry, and this comes in from Cracktastic Plastic. And they say, I would love to sticker up a War for Cybertron double dealer. Love the show and all that you do. And they did send in a picture of a double dealer figure. So Good luck, Cracktastic Plastic.
Awesome.
It's a great name.
It is. Of course, all of our Donatrons are automatically entered into the contest, so they are already in our drawing, and good luck to them. That's one of the perks of being a Donatron. And of course, the ones at the higher level get 2 entries for every contest. So good luck, and we're going to do the drawing right now. So Jeremy, is your assistant ready to help us out?
Computer, are you ready?
I'm ready when you are.
Jeremy, can you ask your assistant to give us a random number between 1 and 86?
Computer, give me a random number between 1 and 86.
Here's a number between 1 and 86. It's 44.
44. And that
Right
is Travis again.
All right.
You're a lucky guy, Travis. Congratulations.
Well done. Good job, Travis. I will once again be in contact with you and figure out what you want to do.
Probably send the prize to another person, since I think he's got, this is like the 4th or 5th time he's won this.
It's like the random gods are just going to keep giving him these $10 gift codes until he takes one.
Hey, I mean, if he wants to keep passing it on, and then everybody wins.
Yeah.
or
He's
just
generous guy.
another person wins.
Yeah, it's.
Congrats, Travis.
And Daryl will be in touch. Speaking of Daryl, let's jump right into some toy news.
All right. Last week, we had some discussions going on about the upcoming PulseCon, and we all kind of speculated that, PulseCon is when they're going to reveal the next Haslab project. No, they did it on Friday, and it was kind of what everyone expected. It is definitely Haslab Star Saber, but a whole other aspect of that we kind of really didn't expect was that they're including Victory Leo with that. So you are going to be able to get a fully functioning, transformable Victory Saber from Haslab. And they showed off some CG renders, some official pictures. They had Evan and, is it Ben? I want to say Ben.
I believe Ben, yeah.
Yeah. Evan and Ben there on the stream, and they had prototypes in hand of all the pieces. They showed that the unit is going to be, how big it's going to be all put together. It's going to have unlockable tiers as the crowdfund gets to its goal, and as its funding goal is 11,000 units. The price is $179.99 US. The crowdfund page is open now. It opened on Friday, August 27th, and it goes until October the 10th. You can buy upwards of 5 total units, and let's see here. I did take some notes. Let me see if I have those here.
While you're looking, I'll note that they are as of this recording, they're at 4,560 backers.
Oh, cool. Okay, so they noted that it has the Brain Master, which is the brain of courage. He's about 1 inch tall. He is tiny. He's smaller than the Titan Masters that they've been putting out recently. The Brain Master gimmick inside of Saber, it doesn't work the same way as the original. So in the original toy, you'd put the Brain Master in the chest, you'd fold the chest plate up, and it would, kind of like an elevator, it would move the Brain Master into the face, and it would become the face. That doesn't work the same way anymore. Right now, you place the Brain Master in the face area with the legs and such hanging down into the neck and chest area, and then you push the chest plate up. So you just got to place it into the spot it goes. There's no elevation gimmick. Like I said, it needs 11,000 backers. October 10th is going to align with New York Comic Con. Tier 1 is unlocking at 14,000 units, and that will be the V-Lock cannon. It is massive, absolutely massive. This is the big gun that comes with Victory Leo, and it has some blast effects as well in the in Tier 1. So it's just the V-Lock cannon and blast effects. They also mentioned that if you're at Boston Fan Expo, so Boston Fan Expo is September the 3rd to the 5th. That's soon. Wow, that's right around when this recording goes up. So if you're at Boston Fan Expo, then these prototypes that you saw during the stream will actually be on display there, and that's pretty cool. So you can see those there. So as of August the 27th, you were able to pre-order this Victory Saber on Hasbro Pulse if you were in the US, Canada, and the UK. There are retail partners outside of those 3 locations that you can get your figure through them if you are not able to order through Hasbro Pulse. So I want to open it up to you guys. Jeremy, you watched the stream as well, right?
Yep, I did.
What do you think? This is it's no Unicron. It's not $675, but it's also a pretty cool character, Victory Saber. It's it's pretty cool. It's another leader figure. What do you think?
I was interested enough that I got a pre-order in.
Nice.
I backed it. This, we all are, we are all experts on the Japanese cartoons, so you can't really, say just how familiar all of us are with the character. It's such a great character, and I don't know. I know almost nothing about the character, but it looks really awesome from what they were showing off, like the actual in person. I do have a few complaints. The Saber figure, I pointed out to you, and you didn't even notice initially, about like all the gaps in that figure, like in the arms and stuff. That I think that's just what we get these days. But when it looks all combined, it looks so cool. It looks like it's going to be huge. You're essentially getting 3 figures, and I think as things unlock, it's going to be worth the $179.
Yeah.
I've never really seen the Brainmaster gimmick in person. I didn't realize until I watched it that the Brainmaster actually turned into the face.
Okay.
Even on the original one. So that was kind of neat watching how they did it in this figure, and just seeing how much smaller it is than the actual Headmasters.
Yeah, it's tiny.
Yeah. And then that gun that first unlock, they showed that it's about as tall as a deluxe figure. Mm-hmm. So that is going to be a nice big gun. But yeah, I didn't think I was going to go in on this at all. And I just jumped in on it after seeing it. So yeah, they got me.
Cool. Have you told your wife yet?
No.
All right.
This is the benefit of working from home. Packages come.
They come every day. Nobody knows. Right. Right on. No, I will say I've backed it as well. There's a contingent here in town that for Canada, we get screwed. We get screwed all the time with the Hasbro Pulse. We got to pay for shipping. So there's a $30 shipping charge on these things for ordering from Canada. For the privilege of ordering from Canada, we get charged $30. So I noticed
$30 for all of them, even if you order 5.
Yeah. So that's the thing, is we kind of, after the stream, we got a little conversation going, and a contingent here in town was able to muster up 5 orders, and which is $30, so it's still $30 for 5 of them. And so shipping kind of goes out the window at that point. You're paying pennies for shipping. So it's essentially just the figure itself. So I'm pretty happy we were able to do that. DJ Ronan kind of organized everything. I just said, yeah, I'm in. And he took care of the rest. So thanks, DJ Ronan, for that. And so I'm in on it as well. I'm pretty excited. I'll have two Hasbro or Haslab figures. One's still with Jeremy, but yeah,
and we'll always be with Jeremy.
Yeah, I'll never see it again.
Eventually, I'll feel like traveling again. I still can't believe that they can't get a shipping thing worked out for you when UK people can order it, and their 179 pounds includes VAT and shipping.
Yeah, I don't know.
That doesn't make sense. But
hey, they're toy engineers, not logistics people, right?
Right.
Yeah, a giant toy company knows nothing about logistics.
They don't.
No, it's just Santa's workshop there. They just trust the big guy in red. Charles, tell me you're getting this, and you're going to have the two Haslab projects side by side.
Okay, I have not backed this yet. I'm not saying I'm not going to back it, but I have not backed it yet. I mean, it's still, there's 42 days left.
You're running out of time. You're running out of time, man.
I'm on the fence. I mean, Star Saber for me is not a huge deal. It does look cool. I mean, seeing all the gimmicks and everything, and yeah, I mean the fact that it's Star Saber and Victory Leo and they combine, and you know, it's I think it's definitely worth the $180 for like all these figures and all the gimmicks and everything, and yeah, I'm hoping it does get to its stretch goals, because I'm curious what the other things there are. So, I mean, it looks like they've got up to 3 stretch goals so if they can get 20,000 orders, they'll get all 3 stretch goals. So, yeah, I'm curious what else they've got in store for that. I guess this looks to be moving at a much better clip than the Unicron one, started off. It seems pretty likely that this is going to reach at least the minimum goal pretty quickly. It's interesting that they went back to at least in terms of the monetary goal. It seems like they figured out that $600 was a pretty big sticker shock for a lot of people. So maybe they thought
you can only do that once every probably 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, all their Haslab projects are not that in that high a level. They're all they're under. It seems like they're around the $200 to $300 level rather than that high up. So,
well, that was a point that I was going to make.
I mean, Galactus is $400.
Yeah,
okay,
this Victory Saber, I believe, is the cheapest Haslab project they've done.
Oh, okay.
Unless there's a Star Wars one, which I have not paid any attention to, that is cheaper than this.
So, they did the Razor Crest. I'm not sure how much that was. You can't see how much it was after it's done. They have a Star Wars coming up. They haven't actually announced it yet, just it says coming soon. So that might be more. But I think you're probably going to see just one really expensive one
right
at a time, and it'll jump around different brands.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was thinking about this, in that the Unicron one, we know because we did it, and we were around, we covered it pretty extensively. The Unicron one was a bit of a clusterfuck. They had some issues with it getting off the ground and getting funded. They only needed 8,000 backers, and they ended up with 12,000, and they had no stretch goals, and they had, no real plan for, what would happen. It was a mess. Now they've got a few more projects under their belt since Unicron. The price is down significantly. They've got stretch goals. Everything's all worked out. I think they've got this system kind of figured out, how to at least do it. Because frankly, yeah, I funded Unicron, but I was disappointed when it all kind of, and I don't even have the figure yet, but when everything kind of finished off and they said, okay, well, good, it's all funded, we'll get your figures out to you. And I was looking at the finished page, and I was like, wait a minute, you guys are overfunded by 4,000 figures. Like, where's the stretch goals and all this other bonus stuff? Like, what's going to happen here? And nothing happened. And
yeah,
so yeah, I'm at least happy that they've got some planning here.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I mean, there were lots of rumors about would there be other bonus things that Unicron would provide, and none of those rumors came true ultimately. So yeah,
I wonder if this one here is kind of the first one was a bit of a mess. Hopefully this one makes up for it, because this should be around $200, maybe $250. If I was looking at it, I'd think this was a $250 figure.
Well, I mean, this is, I think they've had practice with other brands too, because they've cycled through 2 or 3 other projects since Unicron.
Sure. So
I think they've had time to refine their process, and so now that they've gone back around the Transformers, they are more, they've got it more streamlined, more down, and everything. So
yeah, Galactus, like, it ends tomorrow as we're recording, and it needed 14,000, and then Tier 1 was at 16, and Tier 2 was at 17, and right now they're at like 22.
Wow,
22,000. So.
Mm-hmm. That Galactus is amazing, though, too.
Yeah, I think they're expecting, they're figuring this out. And like you said, and having 4 stretch goals here. No, 3. So 2 unknowns. I think they're expecting to hit them. You got 17,000 and 20,000 for the 2 unknown ones.
Mm-hmm.
I would think getting almost halfway there on the first day or first weekend, I think they're definitely going to hit those goals.
Well, we will definitely be following this. We will kind of keep tabs on how many backers it has and how long it left, and definitely follow it right up into the end. And if it hits a stretch goal, yeah, we'll talk about that and what's next and all that cool stuff. So yeah, but as of right now, that's it. That's all I brought to the show. Jeremy, what do you got?
I got something in Mastermind Creations Reformatted line. This is repaint of their Optus Pexus, and this is called Optus Nox, and it is a black version. This is a Cybertronian Optimus Prime, but black. So this is like the Nemesis Prime, but he comes with, in addition to the stuff that the regular one came with, he has a sword with the Optimus, or with the Matrix in the hilt. He has a soft good cape, and he also has a head with a faceplate that is kind of like broken off in a piece, so you can see the mouth underneath. I know that is something that really Charles looks for in a figure. I think this looks really cool. It's the more of a Cybertronian mode, so that might turn off some people, might attract some people, but he looks very posable. Mastermind really knows how to make figures, so I think quality shouldn't be an issue. My biggest issue I see from these pictures here is the hands are more of a brownish color, while like you would expect it to be more silver to match like his legs and upper arms. I'm not sure why they're that color. That seems to throw it off a little bit to me. But other than that, I think this thing looks really cool. I mean, you get your normal Nemesis Prime, the purples, the reds, a little bit of the teal. So, I think it looks fantastic outside of the hands. Daryl, what are your thoughts on this guy?
Well, when you brought up the hands, you just kind of reminded me of something. I think this guy might be colored in homage to the Bendy Prime from Armada, the black one.
I have that one. He's just in a box somewhere.
I think his hands are beige.
Oh.
Give me one second.
That would make sense because he has the little wrist blasters too.
I don't know where he is.
Here, Wolfwood in our Discord says that they say that the pictures are from a test shot and final product will be the same color as the shoulders.
Oh, well then, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about then. I mean, this Optimus Pexus was like a really popular figure, and it is such a articulated figure. It can pull off all kinds of stances. It looks fantastic. This one here, I love the changes they've made to it. The cape is just wicked. It looks great. The sword is awesome. The mouth on it's got 2 heads, right? So it's got the normal head without the busted face, and then it's got the busted mouth plate one. And the busted mouth plate one just adds that level of evil to it, where he just looks so mean,
pissed off,
and I love it. I feel like I missed the boat on the Optimus Pexus one, but it's one of those figures where, you look at it and you're like, damn, it looks so good, but it doesn't fit in my collection anywhere. I'd just be buying it just to have fun with it, but it's a toy, and why not? Why not just have fun with something? But, I kind of just got stuck in that kind of area. Plus it was middle of the pandemic, and everything that showed up to the house kind of got scrutinized by everybody. So,
well, and you were having a baby.
I wasn't, but a baby did show up to the house. But yeah, it was tough to pull something like that off. But it's a great looking figure, and I still think it homages the Bendy Prime.
Cool. Charles, what do you think?
Yeah, this is an awesome looking figure. I really like the black color. I love this Optimus Prime design. I mean, this from way back in the Dreamwave days when Don Figueroa first redesigned Optimus Prime to be this Cybertronian mode, and this design is carried through in the comics to represent Optimus Prime before he went to Earth. Yeah, this black Nemesis Prime version looks awesome. Also, the cape and the sword have lots of Darth Vader vibes. Gives off a lot of Darth Vader vibes, and that's really cool. So yeah, it's a really just a neat figure. I don't think it has a place in my collection anywhere, but I mean, if I don't know, maybe this is, I don't know if this is going to be ready in time for TFCon, but if I saw this at TFCon, maybe I'd take a second look at it.
All right. Well, that is all I got this week. Charles, what do you have?
All right, it's time for some more rumors, or I mean, not rumors, but I'll say like previews, things that it looks like they're coming down. Looks likely that we're getting some new stuff. Leaks, yeah, we could say that. I guess I'll start with the cliff jumper, because we talked about a Masterpiece cliff jumper for a little while. We've said it looks like we've seen some prototypes of a Masterpiece cliff jumper, and now we have a vehicle mode images of this same figure. So, and it does look very cliff jumper-ish. So it looks weirdly proportioned. I mean, it does look like cliff jumper, but I don't know. It doesn't look, I mean, you can't really tell the scale, but it doesn't look Masterpiece size to me. But I don't know. I was expecting it to look a little bit closer to Masterpiece Bumblebee, since I would imagine they'd use the same engineering for that. But I don't know. It's an interesting, it does give off the cliff jumper vibe, but it doesn't look Masterpiece-ish. I guess it's since it's still a prototype, it hasn't been really polished off, but
it's a really rough transformation.
Yeah,
like pieces aren't clicked in.
Yeah,
but it does look like someone just took the original G1 and just kind of upscaled the picture.
Right.
Like the wheels are really big and stuff.
Another leak that looks like we're getting another version of Pipes, which of course Pipes is a redeco of Huffer, but there was apparently a variant of Pipes in G1 that was a European variant that was colloquially known as Puffer, because it had a different color scheme. And it looks like we might be getting this in Kingdom. So the Kingdom redeco of the Pipes figure being shown as Puffer, which is, I guess, has a white body and then a light blue truck and legs. So that's seems to be coming soon. And then the last leak that we're looking at is what appears to be a reformatted Galvatron. So this is the Kingdom Galvatron, but done up in such a way that it's all like that. That split second in Transformers the movie where Megatron was being remolded into Galvatron, and it was like that the grid based architecture lines design. And this looks to be inspired by that. So it's a Galvatron figure, but it's all like dark purple with white lines all around it, looking like it's just being reformatted by Unicron. So this is a really interesting way. I mean, I'm imagining this will be like a Generation Selects figure that you have to order through Hasbro Pulse, but it looks interesting. And it does appear to come with a bunch of other accessories. I see a junkie. I like in addition to the guns that were the Decepticon ship from the movie, it looks like there's a Junkion ship, there's a Spiral Quintesson ship, and then lots of tiny little, very small figures, like similar to the figures that came with the minifigures that came with Unicron. And there's rumor that this is going to be like I guess like a pack of another like special pack of figures that you're getting. Like this is similar to the accessory pack that we got, I think, last year that had had a couple of minifigures and came with Roller, and then the Centurion repaint and a bunch of other accessories. So this looks like it's, this is all the Unicron accessories that we thought were coming with Unicron are now packed in with this Galvatron, this reformatted Galvatron figure. So that's the rumor. But I mean, looking at the picture, it looks like that's what's in there. So it's curious. I mean, I guess we'll probably hear about this either at New York Comic Con or at PulseCon. So probably won't have long to get confirmation about this. Daryl, what do you think of all these leaks here?
I remember talking about Cliffjumper and Puffer a little bit before. The Cliffjumper, I mean, I like it. It looks okay. I think it's going to be... I think if possible, it's going to be a very popular Masterpiece figure. People have been clamoring for an official Masterpiece Cliffjumper for quite some time. If it is as small as it looks, I think that we could probably get away with this being a fairly cheap Masterpiece figure, which I would love to see. Obviously we've got the skids coming, and it's about what is it, $80, $79? I don't know. It's cheaper. And I can fully see this one being either cheaper than that or packaged with something else, right? So you'd get Cliffjumper and and a whole bunch of accessories or a whole bunch of junk, and to get up to that $80 mark, because he's got to be smaller than Skids. So, anyway, but he looks good. Obviously, it looks like the paint job on him is like really fresh, and they probably, whoever transformed him, either didn't want to click everything in together tightly to potentially mess up the paint job, or they probably had some reason for doing it. But yeah, the transformation's just it's just not clicked in together. The Puffer, I think when we talked about it, it's just one of those curios that will likely show up as a Selects figure. It'll be a Kingdom Selects. I don't know. They say Kingdom, but nobody's going to recognize this figure on the shelf. So I expect that you'll see it in a Selects box under the Kingdom kind of brand. Yeah, I don't know. It's I think I'd much rather get a Pipes, and we do have images of Pipes. We just haven't talked about it yet. So there is a link in this particular story too, and about the actual Pipes figure too. But yeah, it's an interesting one. Another curio that just kind of is just made as an homage to a one-off kind of weird figure from the 80s that was a European variant. The Galvatron is, I don't know. I'm kind of torn on this one, because the ships and stuff and all that junk that it comes with, I kind of feel like I want to get that to kind of keep going with the Unicron stuff. I don't know about Tron Galvatron here. It's he's the fact that he's a leader size figure, he's going to be expensive. Whatever pack they do with this is going to be expensive, and it's all just clear purple plastic with a bunch of weird lines on it. It looks interesting. It would be a weird piece to display on your shelf, but I don't know. It's just one of those ones that I'm like, they're getting their money's worth out of this mold, that's for sure.
Yeah, this is the third repaint.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Yeah, but I mean, if people want it and they'll buy it, that's great. I'd probably skip it and just hope that I can find somebody to sell me the spaceships. Give me the spaceships. But yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm interested in too, the little spaceships and the little minifigure things.
Yeah.
All right, Jeremy, what do you think?
Well, I guess going back to Cliff Jumper, I mean, I need to see more like official pictures that are transformed properly and give us a sense of scale. You can see a little bit of, I'm guessing, his fake chest underneath in that back shot. But yeah, I mean, he's not fully transformed because, like you said, with the paint, I mean, probably didn't want to mess it up. Probably didn't want to get fingerprints all over it that can show up in the pictures. So I'm just holding judgment until I see more final pictures. But it would be interesting to see Masterpiece go into a line that looks more like the original toys in like the like penny jumper cars, you know, with like the big wheels and stuff. Because Bumblebee didn't have those. Bumblebee had the proper size wheels for that type of car. So it'd be interesting. The Puffer, I think it would be a select. It's something perfect for that. I would more likely get the pipes, but I don't know. I mean, I kind of don't like the hunt, so I might just go online and order something like this just to get the mold. You know, having a different color variant never really bothers me. And then the Galvatron, I like how you call him the Tron Galvatron. It's very much like Tron.
It's totally Tron.
Yeah, I'm already getting that other repaint that they did, so I wouldn't be getting this. But it is worth noting that those the little character figures also are in scale with the Ark because it comes with one. So you'll be fighting with people that are getting Unicron or the Ark that might want those. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting, but it's probably going to be more expensive than I'm willing to pay.
Fair enough. All right, well, that's all our toy topics, and we will move on to trips to the store. This is where we show off all the cool Transformers stuff we got this week. We do this as a video that we show on YouTube in beautiful high definition. But we'll put the audio right here in the show so you can keep listening as we describe everything we got in loving detail. So without further ado, trips to the store.
The Transmissions Podcast will return after these messages.
All right, let's jump in with the stuff we got this week, and we'll start off with Jeremy.
I just have one thing this week. It is a toy I've had, but I haven't opened yet, and I believe this was sent from Daryl. I got Run Amok this is from Earthrise.
Nice.
He's a good little figure. I can get him focus.
Mm-hmm.
His Decepticon logo is not centered. That bugs me. But you know what? I haven't had a chance to really transform him yet, but he's very posable. I like that. I was able to have him stand on one leg, so balance is really good. Of course, he has really, really, long feet, so good base. But yeah, this is really good looking figure. I'm gonna get into transforming him probably after the show and just put him up with my other War for Cybertron figures.
Neat.
Cool.
It does look like a figure that does need a Toy Hex sticker job, though. Very, very white and not much detail. But that's all I got this week.
I will go next. I did get something this week. My long quest is over because I got Studio Series 86 Scourge. There he is. And there is the base.
The Armada.
Scourge, the tracker, and his huntsman, the sweeps. Don't have the sweeps, just Scourge. So, but yeah, you can see.
That's a really nice display, though.
Yeah.
It was.
It's just cardboard. It's fine. It's fine. No, it's a great figure. It's really looks like a good representation of the 86 movie Scourge. Detail on the head and the body and everything. The transformation is really good. The wings are not super, they're not super animation accurate, but they do look really good. And it does, the hovercraft mode is really good too. So yeah, it's a good figure. I had G1 Scourge when I was a kid, and Scourge. I had Scourge and Cyclonus as a kid, so now I've got Kingdom Cyclonus and Studio Series 86 Scourge. So the band is back together. So, I feel good. Reunited after what, 35 years. So.
Reunited, and it feels so good.
And I got to give a shout out to one of our listeners who actually hooked me up. So on Twitter, the man named Bambi, that's the Twitter guy, one of our regular listeners. He contacted me on Twitter and said, I have this Scourge, and if you want to, I have an extra one. If you want it, you can have it. So thank you to the man named Bambi. Awesome. He hooked me up, sent him the money. He sent me the figure. It was pretty quick, and yeah. Awesome.
So what do you need? I'll get Dumper to run it over to you.
I think it's funny that, when we need something, we go to Twitter. But when Daryl wants us to see something on Twitter, we're like, what?
Yeah.
Well, he added me on Twitter. Yeah. Daryl doesn't at me on his random tweets about whatever's going on in his life, so I don't see them.
I have to yell it at you. Charles, I had a baby.
Well, as we established earlier, you didn't.
That's right. I didn't. My wife had a baby.
Yeah. So this and again the pink claws, that's a nice little detail on the figure. Yeah. So really cool. So thank you again to the man named Bambi for hooking me up. Really appreciate it.
The man named Bambi. I don't know where you're from. We've chatted on Twitter a bunch too, but from now on, you're from New York. Hey, yeah, there's no problem. I get you whatever you want. What do you want?
All right. So Daryl, wrap it up for us. I know you've got something cool to show off.
I got a couple things. My things to show off are older. I don't have anything new. It's been a bit of a drought, but I do have new comics. So I know how everyone loves it when we show off comics. I have Beast Wars number 7. This is the cover B. This is cover B. So this is the Beast Wars Megatron cover. I don't remember who did this one, but
that's Winston Chan's first interior.
Yeah, right on. The next is this is the comic we're going to do this week. This is Shattered Glass number 1. This is Alex Milne's cover A. It's a pretty badass cover. Spoilers, I'm probably picking this one as my favorite cover for the week. Not a surprise. I also got the RI cover. So this is Sarah Peter DeRoche's cover for the Shattered Glass. And it's a really great one. And I we'll review the the book in alt mode and give you my opinions on it.
Two very different looks at Blur between those two covers.
Oh yeah.
You got Pretty Boy Blur and you have Not Your Father's Blur.
Yeah. The toys I have to show off are toys that Charles got for me way back when he went to his first and last BotCon. So this is his name just left me. Starts with a D. DevCon. That's right. That's right. So this is DevCon. He is based on the Generations Scourge mold. Wow. There we go. The orientation of this camera and going back to front or right to left to right is really messing me up. But anyway, he looks awesome. And, I think this might be the only figure of this character in existence.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad Charles got me the one and only figure of this in existence. It must have been hard to get. He must have broken it out of a cage or something. But I'm happy to have this. It was cool. I only asked him for 2 figures out of the entire thing. The BotCon set from that year. One was DevCon because it was a cool figure. And I always kind of liked that Gambler episode that Smokescreen and DevCon kind of participated in. And the other one I wanted was the Headmaster from that year, and that was Scorponok. So this is BotCon, this is the BotCon Scorponok from that year. And they took that Scorponok mold from, I don't remember, one of the Unicron trilogies. And
it was
Energon.
Was it Energon Scorponok?
Yeah.
I think it was Energon Scorponok.
And they added a Headmaster gimmick to him. They gave him a whole new Headmaster. it's kind of neat and an interesting figure to have. And he works, he transforms. You got to take the headmaster part off to transform him, but he does work, and he's cool. He's immense, and he's cool. He's fun. But it's been a while since I've showed these off, and figured I might as well do it again since it's been so long. Thanks, Charles.
That was 7 years ago that I went to that BotCon.
That's how long it's been since I've showed them off. I figure it was time.
There's a statute of limitations.
But yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
All right, well, that'll do it for this week's Trips to the Store.
We now return to the Transmissions Podcast.
All right, we're back from our trips to the store, and we will move on to convention news.
All right. In convention news, over in Japan, the Wonderfest 2021 Autumn Convention has been canceled. This is due to the increase in COVID-19 cases, and Japan's currently under a state of emergency. So they have announced that they're going to do an upcoming online event, but they haven't announced the date or any other information about that yet. So Wonderfest is where we usually see a lot of stuff from Takara, and I'm sure we'll see this stuff eventually, and it's probably smart to cancel that. Over on this side, TFCon Baltimore has announced that Venus Terzo will be attending. She played Black Arachnia in both Beast Wars and Beast Machines. I'm sure I can't remember the last time she was at a TFCon, but I think they're mostly the Canada ones. But
she went to Chicago in 2014.
Okay, that was longer than a few years, so my brain doesn't work that long. Anyway, all the Beast Wars actors are great guests. So it'll be good having her there. And I was thinking as I was looking at the stuff, preparing for the show, how many of these actors are going to be getting questions about the Netflix trilogy?
So many.
I feel so bad for them.
Don't you?
I'm sure they don't want to talk about it.
Why weren't you in the Netflix show? Why didn't you do the Netflix show? Why?
Would you have done it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, I feel so bad for them because they don't want to talk about it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, it's not like they have any control over that. They weren't asked. It's not their fault. I mean, I'm sure they would have done it if they had been invited or asked to do it.
All right, cool. Yeah. Well, and that is all I got for convention news.
All right, and we will finish up the show with feedback. Okay, so in feedback, we've got a lot of feedback from our good friend Sledge, who has been commenting on all our trips to the store, but we're going to hold those for the specific hosts he's basically responding to, because we have a rotating fourth guest host every week, so he's got comments for that guest host. Oh, of course, along with making fun of me, I think, in most episodes, but that's okay. But we did have in one Trips to the Store, episode 446, in addition to Sledge, we did have one from Jazz Meister. And Jazz Meister says, great trips to the store again. I actually am still waiting on my Studio Series 86 Slag/Slug and Wreck-Gar, but I already have my Kingdom Autobot Arc today. So that also counts a little bit. So yeah, Jazz Meister, you've got some good ones coming in. We have to talk to Mike and see if he's gotten his Autobot Arc yet. Seems like everyone's gotten their Arc except him. Jazz, you've got one up on him.
Mm-hmm. Those Studio Series that you're waiting on too. Those are some fantastic figures. The Slag figure is it's a fantastic figure. I mean, Charles, I don't know whether I don't think you got the Grimlock, the Studio Series Grimlock, but
no, I didn't.
I did.
I know you did, Jeremy, and I was going to say once you've got that one, you might as well start getting the rest of them, because it's gonna look like a great team when they're all standing next to each other. And I honestly, I can't
wait till they combine.
Hey, yeah, I can't wait until the I can't recommend the Studio Series Dinobots enough. So, Charles, I don't know if you can find them out there. The Grimlocks seem to be kind of slowing down out here. Like they're not really selling all that much. So that you can come across a bit of a pile of them every now and then. But if you can find one, pick it up because it's a really great figure. The wheelie is shit, but the Grimlock makes up for it.
I wonder if will they do all 5 though, because since famously Snarl was not really featured in the movie, but will they still make a Snarl figure to complete the Dinobots?
That's a good question. I mean, we could make a case for him to be featured because he is in there. There's 2 scenes where he's there. Yeah,
I mean the back of his head, yes.
Oh, you see the whole thing. You see the whole body. It's at one point.
Oh, okay. I have to. I don't remember that which scene that was, but I would love to have all 5 Dinobots. I mean, and these are the like chunky liter-sized Dinobots, like bigger than the other bots. So they look like they're pretty in scale with the other bots. So that would be nice. Yeah, I might trade in my Power of the Primes Dinobots that were a little bit flimsy.
Yeah, they by comparison, those are terrible. Absolutely terrible.
All right. Well, Jazzmeister, thanks for writing in, and Sledge. We'll be holding your feedback for the next few weeks. I think we'll group them by guest hosts. So next week we'll have Dr. Pants. So all the Dr. Pants comments Sledge wrote in for the trips to the store, we'll save those and then we'll rotate through. So,
but keep them coming, Sledge. Charles may not be, be actively collecting them, but Jeremy and I are. We're looking for them.
All right. Well, that's all our feedback. So that takes us to the end of the show. And as always, we give a shout out to our Masterpiece Donatreons at the end of every episode. So huge thanks to John 4X Levengood, Dinobot Maximize, and Demon Tech 82. Thank you guys for continuing to support the show at our highest tier on the Patreon. We really appreciate it, and that really helps us out. So thank you so much, and that's why we give you a shout out in every episode. Also, if you still want to help out the show, but you are not ready to be a Donatreon, that's totally cool. Maybe you'll consider buying some merchandise from our TeePublic store, and that's at transmissionspodcast.com/shop. And we've got lots of cool shirts and other merchandise. We've got masks, and we've also got, other merchandise. But if you buy anything from our link, from TeePublic, that helps out the show. So you don't have to buy Transmissions stuff. You can buy anything. Just go through transmissionspodcast.com/shop. All right, that's it, everyone. Thanks for listening, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Later.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Transmissions. If you'd like to keep the Transformers talk going, join us in Discord at transmissionspodcast.com/Discord. There's a great community there waiting for you. If you'd like to support our podcast, go to transmissionspodcast.com/support, or just tell your friends about our show. We'll see you next time.
Okay, did we get it?
Yeah.
Done.
Yes? Maybe?
Yes? Question mark?
I'm Ron Burgundy?
I have not seen that movie. If we ever wanted to spin off another podcast that's not Transformers, could make a list of movies that I haven't seen and make me watch them.
My lord.
Well, we got to start with Alien, but I imagine you would refuse anything scary.
I might watch. I just haven't had the desire.
I'll get my 12-year-old daughter to watch it, and she'll tell you when to close your eyes. Okay.
God damn it, Jeremy.
There you go. Jeremy gets one. like early 80s, late 70s movies that I'd never seen before. And they're like, you'd never seen Porky's? You'd never seen Caddyshack? And I'm like, no, I mean, Porky's is dumb. Like, why am I going to watch this?
All right, but today it's all about Transformers. So let's get started.
Fine.
Jeremy, is your assistant ready to help us out?
Computer, are you ready?
Nope.
Didn't hear that.
Yeah. Sorry. I promised I heard it.
What?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can download a test pattern.
I know, but that's work.
So is recording it.
Not when you do it.
I am the videographer, which
I see.
I'm not looking forward to.
You need to back out right at the last minute.
Thanks for chipping in for the camera. Sorry I can't do your wedding anymore.